Hi, this is Linda Willow Roberts on A1R Psychic Radio with I Am A Manifestor show. Thank you for joining me. It's a beautiful energy at the moment. I absolutely love the energy in between the two moons. So we've had the first full moon, and on the 31st we have another full moon, and it's an eclipse. And everything at the moment, all the planets are moving forward. So what a beautiful energy to create, to birth the ideas and to move forward into what you want to do. Now, it's okay for us to manifest, to affirm, do affirmations, gratitude lists, but we also have to take an action step towards the way of life that we want to live. So just start thinking about the feelings that you want to have. I always talk about the feelings that you have in your life. You know, whether you want to be peaceful in your life, then do more peaceful things. Okay, so it's about attracting, mirroring what it is that you want to come into your life. I'd like to say hello to everybody that's listening on the radio, on the live feed, on Facebook. Thank you very much for joining me. So I'm pulling a couple of cards just to see where the energy. Now I'm using the I'm a Manifestor Magical Oracle cards. They're my own cards that I've had published last year. They're available at whitelightpublishinghouse.com.au. And I just want to see what spirit is guiding us and navigating us. And this is the card that come up at the moment. What's my next step? So this is the wild card in the pack. This is when what's my next step comes up in the pack. We're allowed to shuffle again, ask Spirit, what is it? What is our next step, Spirit? What do you do? We're putting the intent out to you for you to say to us and show us our next step. So what is our next step to take in our manifesting for the way of life that we want to have? So let's have a look. So it's spiritual teacher. It's teaching and being taught and learning new things. And it's sharing your knowledge and your wisdom. It's owning your own beliefs, your own wisdom, your own knowledge, and sharing with other people. You know, you don't need to be a master in everything to actually light the way for others. You could actually share your story. You know, you've gone through different things in your life, and you made the changes that you wanted to. So take your time, share your story, share with people where you've been, what you're going to, how you have made a better life for yourself, what courses, what books you read. You know, it's about sharing your wisdom, really, and that's sharing love. It's sharing the love that you have for yourself, and it's living by example. And I think that's a really strong message for this year, for 2018, is leading by example, having integrity, being authentic, and sharing the things that you do and the wisdom that you have and the guidance that you can give people. You know, sometimes we can lead a horse to water, but we can't make them drink. So it's not forcing our opinion onto others. It's actually sharing your knowledge and guiding them. You know, I put myself in the terms of, sometimes I describe myself as a traffic director, is I can actually show people and guide them to what they need to learn or to do next. But it's not my journey, and it will only ever be right for people when it's the right time and the right place for them. So if you share your story, your books that you read, the knowledge that you have, where you've learnt them, who you follow, and it's your opinion, then somebody, you know, even if it helps one person, that's okay. So that's what we're about this year. We're actually looking after people. We're about guiding people. We're about sharing our knowledge. We're about being in service, and we're about being authentic with integrity. Okay, so what is right for me may not be right for you, but this is my experience and this is what I share, and I share my story. It's been a bumpy one early on in my life, and I had some not very nice things happen to me, but my drive and my determination has brought me around to having a better life. So therefore, I'm manifesting from a different perspective now. But we've got our first caller on the line. We have Lisa in Detroit, Michigan. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hi, Linda. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. I love being all the way over in Tasmania and I can speak to you.
I know. Isn't it beautiful?
Yes.
I loved what you were just saying. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go for it. Thank you. What did you like about it?
Well, everything, and it's all in essence what I'm doing currently, so it's beautiful. A nice validation that I'm on the right road.
That's good. That's really good. It's nice being able to share with people our knowledge and our wisdom, because they can see what we're doing and where we're going, and they've seen us in the ups and the downs, and they take us, for the person that we are. Now, I want to help you manifest what it is that you're trying to manifest. So what are you trying to manifest in your life, Lisa?
Right now, I'm working on building a business plan for a holistic health center that works in a lot of different ways. I am a Reiki master, and I want to expand that part, but I also want other workers working within that and doing group therapies. I consider myself a gardener. I plant seeds for people, and I let the seeds flourish and grow, and I watch them flourish and grow as the people grow if they water them. So, like, you consider yourself a traffic worker. I consider myself a grower.
Well, that's probably a better analogy, but that's just so wonderful. So I've shuffled the cards, and the cards that I got up for you today was prosperity. So you actually have the energy around you of prosperity. Now, I know that when we're doing our service work, our in service to spirit, that's not the be-all and end-all, that we can donate our time and we like giving and sharing, but to bring into form what you need to bring into form for your highest good and the highest good of everybody, you need to take care of the earthly things and take care of business, so that your business and your healing, I want to call it retreat, your healing retreat moves forward. So to do that, you're in the prosperity cycle of things. So that means that you're surrounding yourself in that energy. So by thinking not small, but thinking big and global, that sort of helps the law of attraction manifest that for you. So does that relate to you?
Yeah, I have two other people that I'm working with. One is, we all have communications through online with people in other countries and places, so we're going to form all that together in an online part, but the local business, there's not a lot around where I am. So I'm looking at an almost perfect location area where I want to set it all up. And then I have two other people that I'm working with, and I feel like we're all meant to have met at this time to grow where we need to grow. So I'm pretty excited. Direction, any kind of direction I can get to say, hey, try, I feel the presence of, this is my master year of building, create, because I've been in business for a year, and this is like my growth stage.
Yep.
That's how I
the prosperity card came up to you, and there's oodles of prosperity energy around you, because it is all energy. So believing in yourself, really, I think that is important, and believing what you're doing and asking for clarity and signs from spirit. They will show you. But Lisa, I can say that you are on track. You are really on track. Yay. Make it more about being in service to spirit, and spirit will absolutely guide you. When you're asking spirit and putting the intent out to spirit to help you, put out the intent to spirit to help Lisa put together the healing rooms, house, home, retreat that she needs to do for her highest good and the highest good of everybody, but in an easy way. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't we're in unlimited thinking now, and especially since I've learnt theta healing a couple of years ago, we don't need to suffer to move forward. We don't need to suffer to be given anything. We can actually have it and put the thought out to spirit to have what it is that we need for our highest good in easy ways.
Yes, 100% agreed.
So
that's what I'm hoping for.
Certainly, yeah, certainly work with spirit more. Certainly say to spirit, if this is what we need to do, then let's manifest it.
Yes. Okay. Very much so.
It really is that easy.
And I was looking at doing shamanic journeying. Is there any way that you can see? It's a new thing that I'm gonna be doing, and I'm hesitant. I guess I feel
okay,
but I don't know what to ask about that, but an opening up for me.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take your gut feeling that it's not the right time for you. If you're hesitant, then it's not the right time for you. Trust yourself. You are your own best crystal ball. Okay, you're spiritual and you have a knowing anyway. But I actually pulled a card when you was talking about doing a new something new, and the health card came up. So I'm feeling like that it's more along the lines of health and medical, becoming a medical intuitive, those sorts of things. So I really think that is the track that you're going to take down. If you're hesitating about something now, then it is either not for you or not the time for you. So just go with your gut feeling. But have you ever looked into, I know that you're a Reiki master, and I am as well, and I am a medical intuitive, although I'm not trained as a medical intuitive. Have you ever thought of going down the lines of being a medical intuitive?
I don't know. I've never looked into it. I know that I don't just do Reiki in my sessions. You know, it is an intuitive, guided session where I give people little homework pieces to help, and then I just keep growing and growing and growing. And now I'm expanding into teaching, and it's my clientele who have pushed me into that. They've asked me. Actually, I've had like 6 clients of mine come to me and ask me if I teach, and I said, no, not yet. And they said, I said, there is a local teacher, and they said, no, we'll just wait for you. And I was like, okay. So I'm building a teaching program.
So much alike. We just sound so much alike because that's what you do. The more that you learn things, it morphs into what it needs to be for you. So then the people that resonate towards you come to you so that you can actually help heal them with spirit, with how it's morphed into the healing to be for you. So, but I've drew the card of health. I feel like that the next thing that you learn will be in regards to health, and trust your gut with that.
Okay, so I'm going to look into a medical intuitive then, and maybe expand in that area. Because I'm already spirit guided in Reiki sessions, and it's absolutely beautiful and humbling to me with what I'm already doing, but I would like to expand that a little bit more. So I'll look into medical intuitive. That sounds good for me, actually. It sounds right. So
it does. It's a good fit. So thank you very much, Lisa, for calling, and good luck with it. And just keep doing it, doing what you're doing and helping people. Thank you for calling in.
No, and thank you very much.
The gut feeling, if something's not sitting right with you, your gut will tell you. Use it every time, Sometimes we can feel fearful about things, and the ego can come in. So what I do, if I'm going to make a decision and I'm a little bit fearful about it, I go, okay, Spirit, I release fear and doubt. Now how do I feel about it? And if the gut feeling's still there, then use it. It is your own crystal ball. If you don't feel good about doing something, then don't do it. If you feel good about doing something, then do it. Trust your gut. Even if you're going with 5 people and you think that that's really not for me, then don't do it. Okay, so listen to your own, intuition, because the more that you use it, the stronger it gets, the more connection that you have to spirit, the more that you can actually information that you can get making decisions and synchronicities and messages, then the stronger it gets and the better that you get at manifesting for yourself. And it's absolutely perfect. Okay, our next caller is Summer in Myrtle Beach in America. Summer, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, and I'm in Tassie, and it's our summer at the moment. So it's lovely to talk to you. I'm manifesting. You know that I'm using the I Am A Manifestor Magical Oracle cards to help everybody manifest what it is that they want for their highest good, really, and in easy ways. So what are you trying to manifest, Summer?
I'm trying to manifest a loving relationship.
Okay, now do you know where that starts? That starts, and everybody gets sick of me saying it, that starts with you loving you. That's you loving you, you balancing the giving and the receiving, you having really good boundaries, you doing the things that you love, and it's all about you attracting the perfect partner for Summer, for your highest good in easy ways, is being those feelings, having that happiness in your life. And that's when you will attract the perfect partner for you. But I'm going to pull a card, and I'm going to see what the cards have to say for you to get your perfect partner.
Okay.
Let's have a look to see what they say. Okay, so the card that came up. Now, I can't fake this. The card that came up is the forgiveness card. So that would mean that you have been in your progress at the moment, that you will have been working through forgiveness with other people that have been in your life in the past. Is that correct, Summer?
Yes, I recently left a long marriage through divorce.
Yeah. So if you've recently left a long marriage, then you're not ready for a partner. There's forgiveness, there's unpacking the hurt and the things that you did in that relationship, that you have to forgive yourself and other people and your ex-partner. So that takes a little bit of work. So I feel like they've already started it, but I feel like that you have a lot more work to do with that. Would that resonate with you?
It does, because I've actually met somebody, but I just wasn't quite ready, and I kind of pushed him away.
Yes, because you're not quite ready, because you haven't done the unpacking. So the unpacking, see, Spirit's guiding us. So if you're working for your highest good, then Spirit won't let something go ahead until you're ready and it's the right time for you. So if you need to do some more forgiveness and letting go and unpacking so that you can have the perfect relationship for you, then that's what you need to do. You actually need to do the homework. And how much homework and how much unpacking is what I call it, you do, is how well your future is. Do you resonate with that?
Yeah, I do.
I have a releasing writing thing that I have done. I've been married twice, Summer, so and my first husband, it was very volatile and abusive, and so I have sat down and done a lot of releasing with writing, and it actually, by the time I finished, it was like 52,000 words that I wrote, and I'm probably the happiest and the best version of me, and I really like me now. So that's what I would like you to get to. So I'm just going to give you an indication, if you would like. If you don't, that's okay. But if I told you how to do some releasing, writing, would you be able to do that?
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's think about a situation, and everybody goes, where do we start? Right. We start, I want you to think back to your happiest time, the happiest that you've ever been in your life. You think back to then, and then you move forward. And for me, it was, I could remember and I would come from a loving relationship, but my dad was a bit of a hothead. So I can remember an age, and I was about 9. And see, our male relationships have a lot to do with our grown-up relationships. So my dad was yelling at me, and I was about 9. And so this is how I wrote it. I actually put, I was at our shack at Anson's Bay in Tasmania, and Dad started to yell at me when I got out of the boat, and I got upset, and I ran away, and I was crying, and I was hurt, and I was scared. And then in the next sentence, I put, I now release that to the universe, and I release and let go of any pain that was, and any emotions that were affected me from that situation, and I now let it go to the universe. So that's how I worded it, and that's just like one small and probably one of the smaller things that I wrote about, but that's how I worded it, and that's how I let it go. And by doing that and writing it, it gives it more power to let it go to the universe. So, it would be beneficial for you, Summer, to do that. So, like I said, the more that you do that, the better that your the happier that you will become, and the more that you'll let go, and the better your relationships will be. So, do you think that you could spend some time doing that?
Absolutely. I think that's exactly what I need to kind of get rid of all this.
Yeah. And I would love you to, because, being happy and being the best version of yourself that you're happy with, nobody else, is something that we strive for in life. And if we can find the tools and be guided and shown the way to do things and how to unpack, then it can just turn our lives around.
I definitely would like that. Like I said, I met somebody who was really nice, and I just wasn't ready, and it just did not work out.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You've got some homework to do. You've got some things to sit down and write about. And even if it's small, it's like, remember that we're like onion layers. So once you start, you'll remember the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And they don't need to be in chronological order or alphabetical or anything like that. It will just come as it needs to come up. There was days when I was doing it that I just howled, and I couldn't even look at it. And I lived across the beach at the time, and I just went and sat by the water because I couldn't do it anymore. I just, was in tears, but I needed that time to grieve, and I needed that time to let it out. So that's okay. So give yourself permission to grieve and let go of things. Other things come really easily, and I didn't feel, what I thought I'd feel. Sometimes something little can shock you. But allow yourself to grieve and allow yourself to let go, if that's okay.
Yes, that makes complete sense.
I wish I could give you a cuddle.
Oh, thank you.
Because it's hard, and it's our life, and it's things that we endure for whatever reasons that we do. But give yourself a hug, because you're actually asking how you can get to have that better relationship. So thank you very much for calling, Summer, and please do it for yourself.
Alrighty, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. You know, that's probably one of the biggest questions that we as clairvoyant psychic mediums get asked is about relationships. When's the next one coming? When's my soulmate twin flame coming? You know, we know that we have a lot of soulmates. We know that the soulmates come through each lives, past lives with us into this life, so that we can actually learn lessons that we haven't learned. By doing this work, by becoming authentic and the best version of me, I figure that I've learnt a lot of lessons in this life. So when I come back next life, I'm going to have a really good life. So thank you very much for joining me. I'm Linda Willow Roberts. You can find me on I'm A Manifestor Facebook page. In Holistic Bliss magazine, I do a column. I'm here next week on A1R Psychic Radio. I'm speaking at the MBS Festival in Brisbane, Australia, next in February, on February the 25th. You can buy my cards, I'm A Manifestor Magical Oracle cards, at whitelightpublishinghouse.com.au. Search the author Linda Willow Roberts and you'll find my cards there. Thank you very, very, very much for joining me, and do it for yourself.